All right. Welcome. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the seventh episode. How's it going? My name's Jordan Taylor Davis. I'm the impassioned digital marketer that's here to help creatives, artists, and entrepreneurs learn to thrive. Um, this is the seventh episode, and if you haven't before, check out my other videos. Please make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and please click the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new videos. Um, so, as you can tell by the picture that you clicked, I'm going to be going over my biggest setbacks and how I turn them into breakthroughs. Now, this is important because a lot of the people I've worked with, a lot of the creatives, and also just pure entrepreneurs tend to go through these situations more often. Well, no, that's probably because I work so much with them. I don't think it's fair to say that in retrospect. Let me rephrase that. Um, I'm not saying that artists, creators, and entrepreneurs have more setbacks. I'll say they're taking more risk and there's more failure involved. So to me, they're more likely to go through these situations and to learn to get something from the information I'm going to share. And I'm getting better with the time, y'all. I think I got the yesterday's video down to like 30 minutes. I'm talking faster and it is helping me stay on course. So when I go off on a tangent and slow down, that the time minutes start adding up. So let's get right into it. Um, as you know, in 2009, I put all my chips on digital marketing and social media. 2009, I was 19. Then 3 years went by, and I was working at Geico. Um, I was working at Geico, working an IT job, and my side hustle. Had already started social media, digital marketing as a side hustle. I had probably 20 websites, five web design clients, and I was doing strategies from Facebook marketing and actually like going into groups and doing ask me anythings and everything. It was going pretty well. Um, and 2013, so 4 years after I started, my father passed away, and he had been a dynamic factor in my whole course of action with digital marketing, and I felt all alone all of a sudden. And then it was like, what am I doing? So one of the biggest setbacks I had was discovering I wasn't pursuing my purpose. And a lot of people will convince themselves that they're fulfilling their purpose. Um, and if you are, please take a step back and think, what is my purpose in life? What am I supposed to be doing? How am I going to do it? What makes me happy? What makes me feel good? How do I see myself as successful? Not rich and famous. How do I see myself as successful? How do I see myself thriving? And again, I think I said the last video or my first video, thriving is 100% subjective to me. Somebody could be thriving with, you know, um, 700,000. Somebody could be thriving with 80,000. Um, it's all, well, I'm missing the word. It's all something. It's all related. No, I can't. Ah, see, if this wasn't live, I would have I would have stopped. I would have researched. I'd have figured out the right word. Then I would have deleted that clip and read the right thing. But since I'm live, I just embarrassed myself a little bit. I'm gonna eat that L, and I'm gonna keep on. Losing my dad, and losing my dad at 2000, 2013. And then I eventually got back to, touching my face, I eventually got back to digital marketing, and I had some success. By now, I've gotten married, I have a kid. This is years later. I go back to digital marketing and I have success, and everybody turned on me. And they don't know, some people don't even know they turned on me. But once I started having success with my digital marketing, um, everybody changed towards me. It's one of the reasons why I'm still alone now, where I realize once you make it, people change. And I didn't even make it. I just started to have some income, and everybody switched. Then I'm getting going through a divorce, and it was just chaos. Like, I got a firsthand view on how people change whenever you start coming into some success. Not even money, just they'll treat you differently. Um, and those were two of the biggest setbacks in my digital marketing journey: losing my father, and then seeing the difference in how people treat you. Luckily, I had my purpose and my vision to bolster me, to push me back up, and I wouldn't say I did it for my son or anything. It's 100% for me. Another thing I did, setback, was talking. This is before 2018. I would talk about meditation. I would talk about exercise, and the only thing I was doing was digital marketing. I wasn't doing the coaching aspect of it. I didn't have my life together, and I was telling people to meditate, pray, exercise, blah blah blah. And then I needed it, and then I finally started doing it daily at 28 after I hit rock bottom. Um, Sorry for scratching my face. But yeah, meditation saved me. Meditation and daily exercise 100% got me out of my depression, got me out of my funk, got me over writer's block, got me over paralyzing entrepreneurial fears. It's it's so simple, you might forget it. You might overlook it. You might think, I'll do it. I'm urging you to make the change now in your daily habits to promote a positive version of yourself. You have to. Nobody else is going to promote a positive image of you every day. To me, if you have somebody that does that, you're lucky. But generally, you have to make that change. I had to make that change, and it had a profound impact on my life, and I'm super grateful to be able to use meditation, prayer, exercise to bring myself back together, because it was bad. It it was so bad. I had hit rock bottom, and I was in such dark humor. I would be yelling up quips, like witty quips, to whoever's passing by. That's how rock bottom I was. Like, yeah, I was just in a bad place. um. Oh, another thing, I I'm lactose intolerant, right? I always knew I was lactose intolerant. This is one of the tangents. I'm gonna speed it up. I always knew I was lactose intolerant. I didn't know how severe it was, and one of the problems I had been having was chronic pain. Could not figure out the chronic pain for a very long time. Pain, chronic pain. Never would go up to a 10, but it would just be a needling 6, 7, 6, 7. We would never go over 7, but I just couldn't beat the pain, and I'm going to all these doctors and all this stuff. They had me on several different medications, trying to figure out what was causing this or what type of drug could help it. I touched my face again. And then I found out it was cheese. It was the cheese and ice cream and stuffs I was eating, uh, and I cut that out of my diet, and the pain went away. That was a break. That was a super breakthrough for me. Um, so yeah, sometimes you gotta look within. Sometimes you gotta look within. All right, but seriously, all these setbacks. There's a idiom mantra. Your setbacks are the setup to your comeback, and I heard that a long time ago. I think I heard that back in middle school, as well as nothing lasts forever. Everything's temporary. Storms are really bad, but they don't last forever. You know, and it's those type of it's not going to last forever is really what helped me pick myself up and do meditation and do prayer and do exercise daily. Because look, y'all, at the end of the day, and this is just some motivation, inspiration, do what you want with it. Because I'm not gonna stay long on here today. At the end of the day, you are the only person that can improve yourself. If you don't like your situation, if you don't like your environment, if you don't like where you're at in life, you're the only person that can change it. Now, you people can get lucky, stuff can happen. I'm not saying stuff doesn't happen, but if you put all your chips and effort onto changing yourself into the best version, your life will dramatically change. Dramatically. It's a little easier if you have a vision or purpose going on, but some people never figure, or no, I'm sorry, some people don't realize what they're here for, and some people find out early, some people find out late. You have so many successful people that started later, that became iconic, whether in movies, business, music. You never know when somebody's going to become the best versions of themselves. So I implore you to become the best version of yourself every day, so that you're able to navigate these setbacks when they do happen. Not if they happen, when they do. They will happen. You will have setbacks. The important thing is to have your faculties in order in the best possible shape, so that you can push it together and move forward. Nothing lasts forever. One day will, I don't want to be dark. One day, no human lives forever, you know? So you definitely want to get a move on being the best version of yourself. All right. Here's one technique that I employed often. I think I said it in a previous. Oh, stop! I'm not gonna touch my face. Uh, oh, I almost did it. Hold on, somebody said something. Yeah, meditation for the win. Yes, Aaliyah. Meditation for the win. Um, One of the techniques I used while pulling myself back together after my setbacks, so I would say breakthrough setup, would be imagining a future successful version of myself that has, see, and this is, I don't think people think like me, but try it out. Imagine, and I mean like 100% imagine a future successful version of yourself that has access to time travel windows or technology, and they're looking at you. Then dial that back and think, what did the future me do to be successful? For me, when I see that, I'm thinking, okay, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, because I personally don't want to let down the the successful future version of myself. I can see it, I can hear him. I've been able to manifest that as a tool to help me through my setbacks. Like if I'm really down on the, like whatever, it's not instant, but eventually I'll think, dang, and imagine my future self looking at me like he's thinking the same thing, like, dang, I remember going through that. I remember that point. Like, get up. You know, I would imagine future me would want me to be successful, right? I don't know. But yeah, develop, research some techniques to envision a successful version of yourself, and let that motivate you. If that doesn't motivate you, okay, but I don't want you to think that you have to get the thing before you see yourself with the thing. Some people, maybe you want a farm, maybe you want a big house in the city, maybe you want maybe you want to have an apartment complex and you live in one and rent out, whatever, to your family. It's important to see that clearly and focus on that. And then comes in meditation, exercise, prayer. It all comes together. And just for me, that's what I do for my breakthroughs when I'm set back, when I'm fucked up. That's how I pull myself out of it. I wish I had a super support system while I was building and all that stuff. I didn't. I only had me and my son. And I'm so grateful I was able to pull myself together, because let me tell y'all, I could be a manager at a car dealership and never look back. Never look back. I never get online. Just run inventory, make sales calls, run the sales team, presentations, travel, whatever, and make good. I could just sell cars. I don't have to do digital marketing. But I know a part of my purpose and vision is doing this. But whatever it is, um, put it first. While you're figuring out your meditation, prayer, exercise. In fact, meditate or pray for, uh, pray to God for what you want, then meditate on the instructions or a realistic way to make it happen. Um, I I used to meditate and then pray. I think I would, yeah, yeah. I would meditate for 10 minutes and then do a prayer for 10 minutes when I first started. Now I'll pray for like 10 minutes and then I'm meditating for 10 minutes, and it's like the meditation downloads the instructions for what you prayed for. That's the best way I can say it. And I'm gonna keep going. Um, yeah, you're the only person that you can count. You are the only person that you can count on to improve your life, and I mean count on it. You're the only one. Make sure you're doing the right things. It's that simple. We all go through it. Money doesn't dictate um, what you go through. It can dictate how you deal with stuff. Don't get me. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. But generally, um, you. I want you to know that like millionaires, billionaires go through the same stuff. we don't think they do because they can fix it so quick. But the reason they're fixing it is because they just went through it, and they had a random $7,000 to fix whatever. So it's done. It's fixed within hours for them. Whereas us, it's 7,000. Seven what? Oh my God. Ah. That's a game changer for a lot of people. But figuring out how to pull yourself together, realistically plan, calm down, master your emotions, and execute on that plan is crucial for overcoming, making a breakthrough. You don't find breakthroughs, you make them. Um, it's not easy. Uh, like I said, my setbacks were more emotional than anything. Um, yeah, more mental, emotional setbacks than anything. Because if I didn't care, if my father's death, if I didn't let that affect me, um, I might have been far ahead or something. But it's like, no, I grieved, and I'm glad I grieved. But by grieving, it did cause me a setback, and I eventually found my breakthrough solution through meditation, prayer, exercise. It sounds simple. It's actually very hard and very rewarding. Just like diet and exercise heals you. Doctors have been saying that if you diet and exercise, you shouldn't have any health problems aside from like a random disease or something. It sounds simple. Oh, just eat right and work out. Oh, right. Why didn't I think of that? You know, cause it's hard. Look. I'll be transparent with y'all. Diet is my weakest point. Um, like I meditate, I pray, I exercise, and I don't eat right, and I'm constantly having setbacks on my weight. So I'm fixing it, but uh, it's not easy. It's gonna be one of the hardest things I ever had to do. It sounds simple, just like stop eating so late, and it's like okay, but just trust me. I know it's not easy to whip out a breakthrough, um, but don't force yourself to suffer through it. You know. All right, I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up. Um, yeah, without picking myself up, without relying on myself, without believing in myself, without holding myself accountable and pushing for to fulfill my purpose and vision, I wouldn't be here. I would be selling something, or I would have a good job somewhere, not worried about this at all, or or gamble, or go to Vegas and be like a high roller or something. Um, if I could, I would. If I could, I would. Um, but whatever it is, uh, you're not gonna change your life without you. It's your life. You have to. In order to change it, things must be done. Easier said than done, but it's very important to know that you have to rely on yourself to make these changes. You can't rely on external situations, events, or you'll be waiting forever. Like or thinking, I'm gonna wait till my next tax check to XYZ. I'm gonna wait till my birthday to ABC. You can move on. You can move a lot quicker than that. There's no urgency to people's goals anymore, and I think it's because of the internet is like numbing people, and they're just scrolling. Um, there's no urgency. They can get dopamine. Dopamine used to be hard to find. I'm so glad I grew up in the '90s, like cassette tapes and stuff. Y'all, dopamine was you had to go out. You had to go find dopamine. You had to go find it. Cause even with TV, right? Scheduled programming or whatever. You couldn't get to it as quick as, or even with dial-up or internet, you couldn't get the dopamine hit as quick as possible. Like now, you can just pick up your phone and get a hit of dopamine. Um, it's a wild, wild time we're in. Um, what else? Last thing, I'm sorry, last two things. One, count up how much you need to be happy or thrive, and that's including your bills, notes, payments, your savings, miscellaneous, fun, emergency, clothes. Take it upon yourself now, whether you're a creative, entrepreneur, artist, write down how much you need to thrive, to be happy, to take care of everything and a little extra. Write down that number and include everything. Include how much you want to save at the end of the year, whatever it is. Write down that number, divide it by 12. That's how much you need to focus on per month. And you would think, oh, I know that, but like some people really miss that step of isolating isolating the goal and breaking it into manageable chunks is life changing. Um, Imagine you find out all you really need is $5,000-$6,000 a month. Then you figure out how to make $500 a week, and then it builds up to 700, then it builds up to 800. Then within a year or two, you've reached a point. You've reached happiness. You've reached thriving with just 2 years of hard work, focusing on a small, realistic goal, as opposed to as much money as I can get, as many views as I can. You don't want to chase that bag. I'm telling you, because when you get it, all you have is an empty bag. Sometimes all you have is an empty bag. 100% focus on that number. Focus on that number, and I'll give you a little tip, little technique. You take that number, right? Let's do the math, find out how much you need to thrive, divide it by 12, and then I'm not saying you have to be religious or whatever, but go ahead and thank God for that amount, as if God has already given it to you. Like you do the math, you find out I need $6,000 I need $6,000 a month to be happy right now. Thank God for the $6,000 you get a month, and you'll be like, oh, it's not that. I need it to be instant. If I thank God for something, it better show up, tomorrow or whatever you're thinking. You're not being realistic. Continue thanking for that. Continue manifesting it daily with your meditation, prayer, and exercise. You're doing sit-ups for your life, for your thriving life. You're not doing sit-ups to get a six-pack anymore. You're doing the sit-ups because it's a part of your life that's thriving. You have to work towards stuff, not be given it. And a lot of people are just, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Okay, who's putting in the most work to get that? And they all look around. And then the one person that's been putting in the work puts up their hand, I've been putting in the work, I deserve this. And they go, well, there you go. All right, I'm rambling. Let me finish up. So yeah, nice little technique. Count up how much you need, divide it by 12. Thank God for that amount. Simplest way I can put it, to help. That's the simplest way I can put it. And in other videos, I'll go into that. Not manifesting, but finding your purpose, believing in God, whatever you want to call it. It's real, and it rewrites your brain neurons, synapses to to get that money, because then you'll start reverse engineering every day. You'll start reverse engineering. How am I going to get $6,000 this month? How am I going to get 6,000? Because imagine you just went from being okay with whatever check you had to now you need $6,000, and by needing it, your brain rewrites how it's going to work. One of the millionaires I know, he wanted to be a trillionaire. He was saying like, I don't want to be I don't want to say I want to be a millionaire because then I only end up with 100,000. He had an idea of I want to be, I'm not going to say billionaire because then I'll end up a millionaire. He was like, I'm going to be a billionaire, and I'm going to say, I'm going to thank God for being a trillionaire now. And I'm like, wow. And I look now, him and his wife are several figures, probably 8 figures, but they're busy. And I'm like, Lord, I don't want to get so much money. I have to travel all the time now. Like, and I don't mean like for leisure. I mean like I have to go to wherever, and I have to go here, and I have to go there, and I have to go. I don't want to get so. I don't want to have so much money. I don't have time to enjoy my life. Like I'm traveling so much that I don't get to do anything I want, or like I'm just 100% business. I don't want that. I don't want to be 100% business. Maybe 80. I think 80% business is realistic. Because yeah, I don't want bill. I mean, don't, if you want to give me $1 billion, I'm not gonna stop you. But I generally am just content with. I'll be content with 6 figures, and soon I'll show y'all my progress towards my 6 figures. Soon as I get my digital products situated, y'all gonna see the entire process. But yeah, let me end it. So yeah, my setbacks: um, losing my dad, going through divorce, people changing up on me, um, and my breakthrough happened from daily meditation, exercise, and prayer. And I used to talk about it a lot and offer that as a suggestion and tell people I meditated and all this stuff, because I did, but I didn't. I only did it when I would only pray when I'm desperate, when I'm tired, when I'm hurt. That's not the right time to do that stuff, y'all. That's desperation, and you don't want it to be. You want it to be confidence and like an assuring, calm type of situation, not like please, I can't. Don't do that. You know, don't do that. But yeah, it took me. Um, so I started at 19 in '09, and I wasn't ready to change my life for the better for 9 years, y'all. You hear me? So 2009 at 19, I'm talking to people about being a life coach, all this stuff, and I didn't take my own advice until I was 28 years old, after I hit rock bottom, after I'm divorced, after losing everything, after ended up blah blah blah, after all the failures. Um, so yeah, don't wait like I did. I could have been way ahead by now. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I try not to do it, but um, yeah, things would have been completely different for me. And it took that meditation, exercise, and prayer daily, y'all, daily, to change things for me so that I could set a clear runway for my breakthrough. And yeah, I'm never looking back. Breakthrough's not like a quick fix. It's a life change, or to me it is anyway. All right. Yeah, turn your setback into the setup for your comeback. And nothing lasts forever. Count up how much you need to be happy and thrive a year. Divide that by 12 and reverse engineer, multiple streams of income based around your passions, skills, talents, and gifts that will make that happen. It could be, if you're an event planner, you could, or whatever it is, you could sell candles, you could flip stuff on eBay, you could you do whatever you have to within your purpose, within your skills, talents, gifts. But focus and thank God for that. And you don't have, if you're agnostic, atheist, thank science, whatever. Um, Thank God for that number. Whatever that number is, thank God for that you have accomplished that number, because that number is what you need in order to be happy and thrive and get you a fresh breakthrough in life. And you're the only person that you could rely on to change your life. Um, doop doop doop. Yeah, that's about it. I love y'all. If you haven't already, please make sure to like this video. Drop a comment if you want to share any of your breakthroughs, breakthrough techniques, any setbacks. Please let me know. You can feel free to click the link tree, email me. Yeah, just let me know how I can help. And make sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any notifications. I love y'all. Make sure you love yourself and have a wonderful day, y'all. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Ooh.